Now have ourselves a warm afternoon on our hands across KELOLAND, with temperatures eventually getting up into the 50s in many locations, and that's going to be a decent bit above average for this time of year. Not a whole lot of moisture to go on yet, but that's going to change. You will want to keep that in mind. 50s and a few upper 40s up toward the North Dakota border. Lows tonight mainly in the 30s with, another round of fog we're going to have to watch in a couple of locations. More on your forecast coming up in a little bit, but until then, midday in KELOLAND starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
Coming up, a look at the volunteers providing free medical services to guests at the Bishop Dudley Hospitality House. Plus,
an appeals court unanimously says Donald Trump is not immune from federal criminal prosecution. I'm Skyler Henry in Washington, as the former president has already indicated he wants the U.S. Supreme Court to review the ruling.
Good afternoon, and thanks for having us. Two Western South Dakota drug dealers are headed to federal prison. 27-year-old Slate Peterson and 23-year-old Joel Avila admit they were involved in a drug ring that brought more than 11 pounds of cocaine from Texas to South Dakota. Both men will serve 4 years behind bars, followed by supervised release. A New Jersey man caught with child pornography in South Dakota is headed to federal prison. A judge sentenced 28-year-old James W. Williams to 4 years behind bars. According to court documents, he used several social media sites to access the illegal images in 2019 and 2020. And new this afternoon, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has ordered that flags be flown at half-staff on Thursday in honor of Moody County Chief Deputy Sheriff Kevin Prorock, who was killed in the line of duty last Friday. In a statement, Noem called Prorock a true hero and said her prayers are with his family, friends, and community. Visitation services for Prorock are being held tomorrow night from 5 to 8 at the Chester Area High School. His funeral services will be on Thursday at 1 in the afternoon at the Dakota Prairie Playhouse. A road in southeast Sioux Falls is closed as the City Water Maintenance and Street Department repairs a water main break this afternoon. Officials say East Edgewood Road between Thunderbird Trail and Lewis Avenue is closed as crews work. They hope to open the road back up later this afternoon. Drivers are asked to use caution, slow down, and consider alternate routes. Well, wherever you're driving today, you'll have some pretty good weather, mild early February weather for a nice drive.
Yeah, mild is putting it mildly, and I partially apologize for that because it is going to be unseasonably warm across the region, even maybe challenging a record or two in a couple of locations. We're already in the 50s out in Lead as we take a look at Terry Peak, 50 with a northeast breeze at 2 miles per hour. It's a beautiful day to get outside, but that snow is really going to be fighting a losing battle until we can get some colder temperatures in. It's even worse, arguably, over here in Sioux Falls. Take a look at Great Bear, 45, a south wind at 6 miles per hour. Now, the good news is we do have chillier temperatures on the way. The bad news is it's still going to technically be above average for this time of year. In fact, we're going to challenge that record here in Sioux Falls. The number to beat is 55. We should easily get into the 50s later this afternoon. We're at 45 right now, 47 in Mitchell, 39 for Brookings, 42 Huron, 49 as you head toward Pierre, 52 for Custer, Pine Ridge, as well as Rapid City. And compared to yesterday, it is noticeably milder already, especially from Pierre down to Yankton, even out toward Custer and in portions of southwestern Minnesota as well. We don't have a whole lot of anything else going on as we go through the rest of your day. Just some intermittent cloud cover. Overall, a very nice day to get outside if you have the opportunity to do so, considering we will be anywhere from 20 to 25 degrees above average for this time of year. We'll also have a bit of a breeze out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour to contend with through the day in southeastern KELOLAND. To the northeast, 40s and low 50s. The former more likely what you head north of Highway 12 and up toward the North Dakota border. And out west, more 50s, even a couple of 60s toward the Nebraska border, and a few pockets of upper 40s. Again, if you're up over toward Mulbridge, as well as Lemon and McIntosh. We'll go through the rest of your 7-day forecast, which features some rain and, yes, a little bit of snow for some coming up in a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Country music star Toby Keith has died. He was 62. He passed away last night. The singer, best known for his 1993 hit, Should Have Been a Cowboy. In 2022, he was diagnosed with stomach cancer, saying he needed time to breathe, recover, and relax. Reports say Keith passed peacefully, surrounded by his family. Every Sunday, volunteers with Midwest Street Medicine come to the Bishop Dudley Hospitality House in Central Sioux Falls to provide free health care and support for people who need it. These services include medical, social, and addiction resources. Co-founder Shannon Emery says the nonprofit is made up of dozens of volunteer physicians, nurses, pharmacists, and addiction and peer support specialists.
If they need kind of just a nurse check visit, like a blood pressure check, we'll send them to the nurse. If they really have some social needs, like they need to get signed up for Medicaid, then we'll send them over to the social worker.
In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, our Renee Ortiz will show us how these volunteers are working to provide health care for those in the downtown area. To national developments, an appeals court in the nation's capital ruled former President Donald Trump can stand trial in connection with charges he plotted to overturn the results of the 2020 election. The panel struck down Trump's broad claims of immunity. CBS's Skylar Henry reports on what comes next.
The D.C. Court of Appeals rejected former President Trump's claims he's immune from prosecution for his actions while in the White House and leading up to the Capitol riots on January 6, 2021. The three-judge panel noted the unusual nature of Trump's assertion in court last month.
I think it's paradoxical to say that his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed allows him to violate criminal laws.
Tuesday, the panel put that on paper in a 57-page ruling.
What they're saying is that criminal cases are different. Yes, we have concluded that when it comes to civil cases and official acts, presidents do enjoy absolute immunity. Criminal cases are different. Criminal investigations are different. We have to be allowed to let those proceed.
Trump's campaign responded, saying President Trump respectfully disagrees with the D.C. Circuit's decision and will appeal it in order to safeguard the presidency and the Constitution.
The wait for this ruling pushed back the federal election interference trial against the former president. It had been scheduled to get underway in less than a month.
The appeals court has given Trump a few weeks to go to the full D.C. Circuit Court for review, and he could take his case to the Supreme Court.
I see no way that the Supreme Court does anything other than what this three-judge panel did here, if they even decide to take up the case.
All of this is making it harder and harder for the current GOP presidential frontrunner to avoid going to trial as voters weigh their options for the November ballots. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.